The beginning of a mega journey for all of you with the TreasuryONE Motorsport, and there's a lot of nervous energy and stuff that build a new car, get a new camera and a new gimbal, get some new tools, rebuild the new car, learn some new skills, get all the logistics sorted out, get a new overall, Jean. How cool is that?
Very nice, the brand new overall.
You know what I love is that, number one, your shoes are quite spectacular. But at least I know who you are, Jean, and what your role is, navigator.
Absolutely.
And the team he races for.
Of course. Oh, it says TreasuryONE, make your money work.
That's it. That's it. And proudly South African. Don't forget the flag. Yeah.
Right way around. Yeah. Always remember the red is at the top.
Yes.
So
we've learned that lesson.
I'm going to start off with navigator, and I forget who it was that once described navigators as dead weight, but it was in the context of driving a rally. But in cross country and rally raid racing, you're more than just a navigator. You're a car manager. You've got a big job.
Yeah, you're a co-pilot. You know, you don't have to drive the car, but you have to drive the car.
Yeah, and you've got to manage the driver.
Yes, you got to manage the driver. You got to make sure that you go where you need to go, and you make sure that you get there on time. That's the most important thing.
It sounds very simple.
Yeah, it's very simple.
But over the 14, 15 days of Dakar, with some of the hidden controls and the way they try and make the waypoints not so easy to see.
And slow you down.
Yeah?
They try to slow you down, always.
And the first 3 days are always hard as hell, so that they can thin the field down and have a more manageable event.
Yeah, they even this year, I see they're warning us that the first 3 days is going to be hard. It's like they're planting that little seed. Guys, be careful. First 3 days are hard. So, but there's always like that, so that they can get the guys to calm down, get into it, and do the race.
And then
properly.
go racing.
Yeah.
So talking about calmness, Henny, you showed me some graphs earlier on, and about the reactions you've done. Racing's not just physical and driving a car. There's the brain involved, and you've taken this year's the 24 event pretty blooming seriously. You've done psychological analysis of all of them, and it was very interesting to see the normal analysis and then the under stress analysis. Well,
Yeah.
why do you do that?
Interesting. We use it at the office. So it's something we come across. Chris from HBDI. It's a firm in Brooklyn as well. It's their methodology. So they obviously test you on a certain test pattern. You complete how many questions? It's a lot, you know.
Yeah, it's 50 questions.
Yeah, 15, yeah. And it obviously then it looks for patterns in your decision-making profile. So they fundamentally want to give you two things. They want to tell you there's 4 quadrants which you make decisions in. Emotional, your thinking, you know, your vision, your detail, and your planning. Those are the 4. And they want to map how everybody's got. It's like a spider web. So everybody's got their own, and it's unique to everybody. And it is, you know, it's not saying good or bad. It just says that's how you think.
You are.
That's how you think. It's just the question and the pattern in which you think. And then, but they give you the normal pattern, and then they give you the under stress pattern. You know, because obviously normally when it's relaxed like now, and it's, you know, interesting to see me and John's patterns. You know, normally under normal circumstances we're like a carbon copy of each other. You know.
Yeah, but then put you under stress,
Yes,
and then
yeah,
things change.
Absolutely, yes, yeah. So under stress, he goes very detailed, and I go very visionary. You know, I want to see the gap. I want to see where we're going. So, like Chris said, you know, the most important thing that we got to understand is that I've got to know when it's under pressure. John will go detailed, and he'll be very precise, and he might overanalyze stuff.
But you want the bigger picture of the thing.
Yeah.
So it's about communicating with each other and understanding with each other, so you don't get the murin. And
because technically, he said it will technically create a lot of conflict because he's detailed and I want different information. So we got to make it work for us. And his short message was, Jean, remember when you are in a stress scenario, and he wants more information, so give him visual references so he can focus on that, and then you focus on the detail, because remember, he's going to focus on the detail, but I want to see where we're going. So it's a simple methodology, but they also, the Roy's,
Before you go there,
yeah,
it would be really cool to introduce each of the team, and each one of you, you've all seen your psychological profiles.
Yeah.
Now I know.
The two Johans has it because
I know my psychological profile that I've made up in my head, and there's stuff that goes here of each one of you. So Roy Aubrey, what's your role? And tell us how you go under stress, because I'm told you've got great compassion and empathy.
So, I mean, I think I'm here basically because Henny and I are mates, and that's how it came. When in 2018, when he was going to go to Dakar, he used to come and sit in my office and speak a whole lot of, is he going to go, what's he going to do, and all that. And then when he decided to go, he said, well, I think you need to come with. And he just said, well, I want another head to think and all that kind of stuff. And this tour, I think I'm here not to, I don't know a hell of a lot about off-road and all that kind of stuff, but I think everybody's working under a lot of pressure, so that's how we need to know how everybody works. And I'm going to be the guy that just tries to coordinate, look after things. And I think what Henny was talking about, the people that understand, I don't have empathy, so I'm not going to be all sweet. Would you please do this? It's going to be just get that done right now. Okay, and you know what I mean. So but then we all understand that's how I am. So the person that I'm saying get that spanner right now isn't going to get upset about it, because he knows that's how Roy reacts under pressure. So that will make the team work together, And everybody here is here for a reason. I'm just the guy that's going to sort of make sure that all the people are in the right place at the right time, and that when we're tired and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to be that second set of eyes, just to make sure that we don't drop catches, because I mean it's a long time, and like everybody knows, the race isn't won on the first day. And people fall out of these races for the stupidest things,
NASA thinks that you can win this race on the third day, which he proved last year.
Yeah, but not for
he's
maybe those big front runner teams with the big budgets and all that kind of stuff. We're not in that space. We can't pretend. We don't have 10 sets of shocks and this and that and all that kind of stuff. So we now place, if we can run close to them, keep within 10% or whatever the top teams, and run things and do things properly. As the race progresses, people fall out, they make mistakes and all that kind of stuff. That'll determine how we work our way up the field.
We're going to go all the way to the other side. Chari, Chart van der Walt.
Hello, Colin.
It was fascinating. I've seen some of these profiles.
You've seen the inside of my inner thinking.
And I disagree with the doctor's assumption of you, because you're not under stress and your totally under stress thing is pretty much the same. Is that the real chart?
Colin, so I think spot on. I think I'm the most well-balanced person in this team. And the doctors don't lie. I mean, so you can't hide the fact that the facts speak for itself. But no, I do disagree. I think I'm just as Roy when the stress levels become high. I become less of a people person and more of a doer, and everybody knows me like that. But it also shows that I do lose some empathy along the way. But yeah, obviously that's we won't get mad at each other for shouting and screaming in a moment and getting things done, and then afterwards we'll have a beer.
But it's racing.
Well, that's
and
what
feelings. There's a place for feelings, which I think empathy talks to.
Yes.
And then there's a place for get this stuff done now.
Exactly. So Colin, yeah. So I know in the professional world of motorsport and sports as a whole, I'm sure there's better ways of getting things done and a newer way of things getting done. But no, we are old school. So
yeah. And if it doesn't
you
work,
need
a good
now,
then sort it out.
and then we get the job done. So I think that's the motto of this whole support team is we are a bunch of doers. So that's why I'm glad that Roy is.
That's Doers. Because I'm not with an E.
Doers. No, so yeah, that's why I'm glad. Like Roy, like he said, he's like a facilitator, and you will sort of make sure that everybody stays like tight knit, and the rest of us will get the job done. So yeah, no, I think we are like a bunch of guys going to do this adventure.
Johan Smallberger, you looking after logistics. You've got to get the team from A to B, make sure that the right fuel goes in the car, and there's stories and the tires and all that, right? Working as a part of a team, does it help you to understand the other guys, how their heads work and how they understand?
Yeah, I think we come a long way. It's my third Dakar with Annie and Roy, and the second one with Chad. So yeah, I think we like a puzzle. We fit together, and we know when somebody's on a low, you're picking them up and get things done. Like that's our motto.
And it's a long race, The first, rest day is day 7, day 6, but by day 5, you're moch, you're tired, you're weary, you're hungry, you're sick of the excitement of the first date excitement's worn off, and now it's into the deep slog of it. And sometimes little things set people off.
I can say yes, it does, but the team of us work together under pressure. Like Chad just said, you might get tied up and say things, but we don't take it to the heart. We just carry on doing what we need to do.
There's a time to put feelings aside
yes,
and
definitely.
Personality aside, and it's not
yeah,
personal,
no,
it's
for
just
sure.
get the job done.
We've got one goal, and that's to get Annie to the end at a good position.
We're going to talk about what a good, define good.
Fine precision.
Becker, Johan Becker.
Yes, Colin.
Jy sê dan, nee.
Lekker ene.
Ja, ek weet. And under pressure.
I think under pressure, I work normally the best under pressure. Then I know now we must do it. There's no playing. It's now or never. Yeah.
And how are you going to feel when Roy, you're doing your job, you're tired, it's 4 o'clock in the morning because something happened, whatever, and Roy comes along, did you talk this, have you done this? It's almost like sometimes we feel when you're working on a car and somebody starts checking up on you, it's like, what do you think, I'm not good enough? But actually it's a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, no problem with that. Because it's so easy, you can busy here, and then just somebody calls you, or somebody happens there, and you just miss this thing. So no, I don't have a problem with that.
Some say that working with sleep deprivation is similar to working when you've had an excess of alcohol, and the results are pretty similar. What do you think about that?
Could be no alcohol, so no.
And we've trained with the alcohol a lot.
A lot. So I think we'll be.
You know what the feeling is,
We'll work well. We'll work well. And
What about that? When you hammered,
Very professional team. No, there was no such training done.
Simulation.
Simulation.